This was 5 minutes of revelation, and today in those 5 minutes I want to encourage you with a story. Just imagine that you are a slave. You're a slave, there's lords over you, you have to work for them, you get nothing in exchange. All you get is just enough bread, just enough water to survive. You can't make any money, they abuse you, they just use you, you have to work for them and you have nothing in life. Well, right there in the middle of that situation, God comes and saves you out of this slavery. And not only does He take you out of the slavery, He also gives you all the riches and everything those rulers of yours have. He gives you all that and brings you out of slavery. But He doesn't stop there. He overcomes those lords over you. He destroys them. He finishes them off. All the enemies that are coming against you, He destroys them. And then you're in the desert. Now you don't have any food. Now you don't have any water. Well, what does He do? He gives you water out of a rock. He gives you food coming down from heaven. Supernatural from beginning to the end. And then in that situation He tells you, now I have something prepared for you that is even greater than this. Now I have a promised land for you that flows of milk and honey, that has all the blessings that you could ever want, all the blessings that you could ever imagine. I have this land prepared for you. Now you have to go take the step and step into it. Because I have prepared everything for you. I am with you. I will overcome everyone coming against you. You just have to take the step. And a lot of people are in that situation today. They see a big problem in front of them. There is a blessing behind it. There is a promised land behind it. But all they see is the big problem in front of it, blocking their view. Well, too many people in that situation say, well, let me just go back. I don't want to face this problem. I don't want to take that step. They are too big. They're too strong. I cannot overcome this situation. I cannot solve this problem. I am too weak to do that. Let me just turn back. Let me crawl back up again. Let me go back into slavery. Let me go back into not having anything. Let me just go back. I am not ready to take the step of faith. This is how a lot of people respond. And this is exactly how Israel did it. God saved Israel out of slavery and He brought them right before their promised land. And the whole way there was supernatural, full of wonders. It was a supernatural way there. But then they're right in front of it and God tells them, go and take it now. And they say, no, they're too big, they're giants, we cannot do it. Not realizing that everything they've done so far wasn't doable. Everything they've done so far, it wasn't able to do. You were not able to do all the things you've already done. It was supernatural ability that made you do it. It was supernatural that you managed to do what you've already done. But you are not seeing it. And that's why I want to encourage you today to look at that. You are facing the problem right now, but you need to not look at the problem. You need to look at God, because He is the solution to the problem. When God tells you to go somewhere and He told you to go to your promised land, it doesn't matter that a problem comes in your way, because all God did is say go. Now all you have to do is go. And when you go, God is the one that supernatural supplies you with everything you need to overcome. God is the one that overcomes the problem. All He needs you to do is take that step of faith and actually go towards your problem. You might not know how to solve it. You might not know how to get there. You might not know how to overcome all those giants. You might not know that. But you don't need to know that, because all you need to know is that God is on your side. And when you take the step of faith that He told you to take, then you will overcome anything that is coming against you. So I want to encourage you today to not be like the Israelites that say, no, we cannot do it, let's just go back. And then they couldn't do it because they didn't want to take that step of faith. I want to encourage you today that when you're facing problems, when you're facing tough situations, don't turn around and draw back. Take your step of faith. Step towards the problem and overcome it. When problems are knocking at your door, open up the door and tell those problems to get out of your face. Take the step of faith. Open the door and face your problems. Because when you don't open the door, they will ram it down and they will overrun you. But when you open the door, you don't know how to face it, but you know that God is on your side and you face it and you take the step of faith, then His power will overcome the problem, and then no problem can stand in your way. And that's why I want to encourage you with this today. Don't be overcome by your problems. You should be the one overcoming. And it all comes down to your choice. Do you choose to take the step of faith, or do you get scared? Do you get afraid and draw back? Don't be the one that draws back. Be the one that takes the step of faith. Out of all the Israelites, there was only 2 people that came back and had faith and said, let us go up at once and possess it, possess our promised land, for we are well able to overcome it. There was only 2 people. And today I want to encourage you to be one of those 2 people. When everyone is drawing back, when everyone is too afraid, be the one that takes the step of faith, knowing that God is with him, and then you will overcome. You might not know how to do it, but God knows, and all you need to do is take the step of faith. So take this with you. Be blessed by that. Also read Numbers chapter 13 and 14, and in those chapters you will see exactly what I'm talking about right now. Take this with you. Be blessed by that, and I will see you again next week.